So I recently bought a home base. After 5 years of living out of this car, I decided to get off the road because my goal of repositioning my life in Florida, downsizing to live by the beach, was accomplished. And one of the questions that you may ask yourself if you've watched my channel over the past 5 years, and one question I pose to myself is, would I ever live in my car again full time? The answer is probably not. Why? Well, I really don't have a goal that would require extreme action. In the future, of course, there could be a scenario that would play out like that. But I would say, as you get older, the time window of being a nomad, in my opinion, is closing. I'm only middle-aged, so I still think I would have enough energy and health to live on the road full-time, but it would have to have a purpose. You know, if you're living in your car and you have no choice, or if there's an extreme circumstance in your life where you're in an emergency, that's different. You know, that's not a choice. But like I say, if you're living in your car and you're not working or you can't work, you need to go to social services, get a subsidized apartment, get in the system, and work that avenue. And if you can work but you choose not to work, that's a whole nother set of issues. I mainly talk about the nomad life for those who willingly choose to live in their vehicle. And I think it's a great lifestyle for a season of your life. But I think, like every season, it should serve a purpose. And in my opinion, it either serves a purpose of exploration, travel and explore, or extreme minimalism to accomplish a goal. Okay, save up money, get out of debt, do some type of business venture. But all goals should have backup plans, contingency plans. You have to look at your age, your health. Is it realistic? Is it not realistic? And again, exit strategy no matter what. And, you know, as a middle-aged man now, the window of doing extreme things starts to get smaller as I get older. And, you know, why I stayed on the road so long was because I didn't want to have to go from one extreme thing to another. I wanted to take this time window when I started living in my vehicle in my mid-30s. I said, man, I'm at the perfect age in one sense because my career is established, but I wasn't ready or wasn't able to work in Florida or remotely yet. So living as a nomad in the Northeast, and that's why a lot of people watch me living in my car in the winter in New Jersey, it's going to be a little bit harsh. And even living in the summer in Florida is harsh. But I'm at the age where my body could take it. I'm strong enough mentally, and I have the career resume where I don't need to do extreme things with my job. I just need to maintain a job and pick up a side job. Why do you pick up a side job? To hedge your bets, and you should always do something on the side that you're creatively passionate about. And you should have the option to do multiple sources of income. Why do you live like an extreme minimalist? So you have more time. And what do you do with more time? To me, you use some of it to make more money. Why? More options, more empowerment. I don't want to have more time to sleep more. I don't want to have more time to roll around on a park bench. I mean, I see some of these nomads, they take videos and I'm sleeping on a park bench. I mean, what type of life is that? I mean, guys, that's not inspiring at all to me. I mean, forget about it. I mean, more money, that's inspiration to me. You say, well, that's greed, that's nastiness. Did you buy Bitcoin with your stimulus check? That's greed. You should have donated it to the soup kitchen. I worked in soup kitchens. And what I can tell you guys, believe me, you're more greedy than most people. I know it. Okay. So, back to the question. Let me not get off track. But this is the whole psychology of this whole nomad life. If you have the mental wherewithal, if you're a little bit mentally stable, I know all of us have problems, but if you're mentally stable, you have a job and you're functioning in society, you're going to be a rare nomad because most of the nomads have drug problems, mental problems, or they're retired, they're old as fuck. And they have an RV, or they're old and they're destitute, they didn't work enough, and they got low Social Security. And they think they can live on the road because they saw Thelma and Louise or Bob Wells, but they're going to get on the road and they're going to get off soon enough. Why? Because you got to have a certain young enough age, a healthy enough mind, and enough money to stay on the road. Okay. And if you got all those things, you got to have a purpose. If it's travel, that's great. That'll take a couple of years. It'll take about 2 years to live on the road, to figure out where you want to live, or to at least get the travel bug out of your system. Okay. After year 3, now you're starting to focus on, all right, well, I don't like to go most of these places. I only like to go to this area or that area. So then you circle around that area. And then once you start to circle around specific areas, you're no longer like this nomad adventurer. You're the local homeless person at the Planet Fitness parking lot. And you're parked next to, this is the life. This is the life. People don't want to tell you the life. This is the life. I'm telling you the life. So I love the nomad life, but it has to have a purpose. Okay? Everything in life should have some purpose. I mean, come on. So I say to myself, what would be the purpose? Again, you could have an extreme life emergency. I mean, you got no choice, okay? But if you're willingly going to choose to do it as I get older and older, I mean, I can't see the purpose in doing it. Okay? I can see the purpose in downsizing. I can see, I mean, I live in 300 square feet now. I live in an RV on a RV lot I own by the beach. I mean, you can't really downsize more than that. Before, in my first house I bought, I had a 1,000 square foot condo, not by the beach. And that was too much square footage. So, a 300 square foot, I think that's appropriate for one person. Or if my mom ever needed to me, you can handle that. And I own like a little lot. I mean, it's nothing to take care of there. I got a HOA to take care of the stuff. And I'm right on the beach. Where do I want to go? I want to go to the beach. So, I mean, what else can you downsize to? I mean, the only other time I think you do something different, you go to a nursing home. So, but let's keep going. So you say to yourself, why would you live in a car? Live by a nursing home? I mean, forget about it. So, no, the answer is no, guys. What else are you going to do? I mean, again, emergency happens, hurricane comes, global warming, everything's underwater. Yeah, now I'm a nomad again. Now I'm traveling to try to find goods and services, okay? But, I mean, forget about it, guys. I lived in my car during a pandemic. I know emergencies, okay? And what I can tell you is all the nomads I know, they stopped making videos. They got off the road. I stayed on the road, okay? And, so, yeah, the answer is probably not. But, could I get tired of everything or just not like something or something change? Yes. Would I still do it in a car? Would I get a Class B? I would probably get a Class B. But I don't know. Because the reason I didn't get a Class B in a home base, because I don't want to spend $80,000 or $100,000 for a vehicle and not have a place to park it. I don't mind stealth camping. I don't mind going to campgrounds. But I don't know. I could do it. But it's... You don't want to be on the road after a certain point. I don't know. It's hard to explain it. There's give and take, though, to everything. But as you get older, guys, living in a Class B, I don't know. Everything's different. I would still live in a Class B. I'm not going to lie. But I would rather be on the RV lot I own, or at least have that option to go there, if I could choose to, if I could help it. Would I live in my car again? Probably not. Full time? No. Car camp? Yes. Will I travel every year out of my car? Yes. Will I still keep my car set up like an RV? Yeah. Why? Because I got a separate bed sheets and stuff in my RV on the lot that I own. And I'm going to keep this set up like an escape pod. Why? Yeah, why not? Eventually when I would have to get another vehicle down the road, I probably, would just have a set of blankets and a little bit less stuff than I have now. But, I just bought the lot a few weeks ago, so I'm still adapting, But yeah, the answer is probably not. Does that make me sad? Well, it made me sad thinking about it for the past couple of years. I mean, it took me 5 years to figure this out by the grace of God through hard work. The last 2 or 3 years, I was really looking at a home base because that's when I was able to really do it. And it does make you sad getting off the road. Now that I've gotten off the road, am I sad? No, not really. I just adapt, I mean, because I know everything has a pro and a con because I live the life. I mean, everything has a pro and a con. I'm not anti-nomad, but I'm like anti-nomad if you don't have a purpose. If you're doing it no choice, I say, well, what do you do all day? Are you working? Are you working enough? Do you have mental problems, drug problems? Why'd you get on the road? Why'd you get kicked out of your apartment? These are all questions you have to ask people. If you're a senior citizen, you don't have enough Social Security, why aren't you on a subsidized apartment list? If you don't like apartments and you want to get on the road, how are you going to get off the road? Are you going to, so there's a whole thing, guys. I mean, If you just sold your house, if you're downsizing, if you just raised your kids, if you want an adventure, I think it's good. Do it for several years. Okay? I think always have your exit strategy. If you need to do it tomorrow. I mean, that's the one good thing. If I need to do it, I'll do it tomorrow. Now, the longer you do anything, it could get easier. And I think definitely now, I mean, I'm pretty familiar with the nomad life, but I figured when I wasn't familiar with the nomad life, give it a shot. I mean, worst case scenario, I give it a shot. I was 35 at that time, give it a shot. So, that's my thoughts. Again, your situation is your own situation. So don't let me dictate your life. You dictate your own life. But I'm sharing with you my life, my experience. I have every day for 5 years. Every day I make a video. And if you tell me you want to be a YouTuber every day, don't make a video, don't tell me that. If you tell me you're a nomad, and look, just do what you do, I do what I do. And what I just did was tell you, would I ever live in my car again full time? The answer is probably not, but I always leave that contingency if I needed to, but it just wouldn't have a purpose. And it is an extreme life. You got to extremely be focused to do it right. And to do it right, you got to maintain a job, pick up a side job to do it right. You got to have enough health, enough money to get off the road. To do it right, you got to sacrifice a little and suffer a little bit. But it's a great life. The nomad life's a great life if you do it right. Because every life, even the home-based life, has a pro and a con. And that's why it took so long to get a home base, because I know home base not just all magical. No, there's negatives. So if it got too negative, will I do something else? Of course. That's why it's hard to tell you like what I would do in the future, but I know you want to hear a video about what would I do. Would I ever live in a car again? The answer is no. Are you disappointed because you're living in a car now? You shouldn't be. Why? Because you should be working a side job, main job. You should be taking care of your health, and you should be working on your own life. You don't care what I do. I'm just entertainment. But if you're insecure, you're not taking care of you, now you're scared and you're nervous. Why? Hey, guys, you bought Bitcoin and you say society's greedy. I mean, you didn't really give a fuck about life. I mean, what do you want me to tell you? You got mental problems. Go see a social worker. I'm not a social worker. I'm a YouTuber. I'm in my car. I'm sweating. I'm getting all upset. I love you. If this video really helped you, click that super thanks. Click that thumbs up. You want to be a member of the channel, click that blue join button. Thank you to all my members. Thank you to everyone who watched. Show up, show up, show up. Make a video, you lazy motherfucker.